Colorism to me is the tendency for society to put people that are closer to, a European color or white higher, and then also people that the darker you get, they kind of put more stereotypes on you and push you to be negative, like almost like weighing someone on a scale based on their skin color.
Colorism is a part of like a sect of racism. You know what I'm saying? I think it is discrimination or the treatment of people based on the color of their skin.
I think it's more of an ideology personally, but it's like the differences that some people see between people of a lighter skin complexion usually versus people of a darker skin complexions, and like the ramifications of those like beliefs.
It's basically sort of based in that whole, the closer to white you are, the better you are actually. So the people that are lighter tones are more acceptable than people of darker tones.
Kind of like a racism within its own race. So do we experience it as being black? Yes, see it all the time, rather than media, online. I probably experience it just the fact that I got a little light skin colored eyes, so I may be seen as passing, rather someone that's on the darker side. They may assume that they're more gangster related, more likely to go to jail, so on and so forth.
It's different according to different cultures. Like it's different in like Latino, Hispanic culture. It's different in Asian culture.
I'm kind of a darker skinned guy, and I think for us mostly, there's people from different parts of Mexico, and in Mexico we have people who are brown, people who are black, people who are white, and the people who are darker skinned are usually referred to as like prietos. So it's, they're darker skinned, they've been out in the sun more, they're more burnt.
I feel that some are conditioned into believing that they should only date a certain shade of black. They're always thought like, the light-skinned people look much better, like they have more of a complexion.
But I also want people to remember that colorism isn't just the color of your skin, it's your physical features as well, the shape of your nose, and how thin your features are versus how round your features are, and that kind of thing. All of that comes into play under colorism.
Not just the physical attributes, it also comes with the behavior. Like darker skinned people are more aggressive, or light skinned people are nicer, but some of them have attitudes and they're all bougie and they're beyond themselves because they feel like they're entitled based on their skin shade.
People make it seem like it's something unattractive to be dark skinned, and I disagree.
And the one that I can't stand hearing, and I swear it irks my soul when I hear it, I'd rather date a light-skinned person because our kid's gonna come out looking better.
Because of colorism, people who may or may not have lighter skin are treated in such a way that creates a difference and divide between the people.
Ours, for the people that are African Americans with colorism, ours is centered in our slavery history, basically. So, and I feel like a big part of that is this thing that's called like the Willie Lynch letters, where there was this guy during slavery who basically wrote down, if you want to destroy a culture, then you make that divide. And basically it was, you put the lighter skinned slaves in the house and you put the darker skinned slaves outside. And between the two, there will be issues growing between them. So the lighter skinned slaves will think they're better because they're in the house, and the darker skinned slaves will hate the ones inside because they get they get what seems to be better treatment and things of that nature.
And of course that translates into jealousy and envy and all kinds of like internal issues that like people should probably be learning to deal with earlier in more healthy ways. But when things are just shoved in your face,
So it basically causes antagonism between people of the same race, even though we're both still slaves. It creates more of a, if you attack each other, you won't have to worry about the like the whites at the time will not have to worry about defending themselves because we're attacking each other. So they get to profit off of both regardless.
So that's how I see and view colorism. So I do believe it's real. It should stop. I may joke about it, but it should end and should stop. But how's it gonna end? We all gotta come together and stop it, because we ourselves create this kind of misconception, and then we just gotta find a way to stop fighting against each other. We're still one race. There's only one race, the human race.
There was an audiobook I was listening to that was really interesting, and it was by Trevor Noah, and he grew up in South Africa during apartheid, which was like illegal racism being practiced during apartheid in South Africa. And he talked about how all his cousins, it was illegal for white people to mate with black people, and it was like almost illegal to be light skinned there. So it's like they had to hide all the like mixed babies around. And he remembered like how the grandmother used to beat all the kids, and then she wouldn't beat him because he was light skinned, you know, because the system had programmed so many South Africans to believe in that white was right that she didn't know how to beat them. And his mom came in, and then grandmother was crying, and she was, in his autobiography, he was saying like, the mother asked, "Why are you crying, grandma?" Like, and she was saying, "I don't know how to hit Trevor. You know, I'm afraid he might bruise her." You know, because it was, you know, and it was just like a funny like story, but it was like real. And that's how I thought about like colorism. Like, you know, it's easy to punish the darker color because we've been taught that black is wrong, or where anything closer to white is taught to others. So they're through favoritism and things like that. So that's what I thought about.